What if the 19th century was not an age of progress, but the aftermath of a forgotten global catastrophe? What if the wars we were taught as separate conflicts were actually fragments of one single worldwide operation? And what if the world you live in today was built on the ruins of a civilization you were never meant to remember? Stay with me, because what follows was not meant to survive history. The official story versus the pattern. History books describe the 1800s as a golden age. Steam engines, romantic literature, industrial triumph. But when we step back and place events on a single timeline, the picture changes. Between 1848 and 1865, nearly every continent ignited. Europe erupted in synchronized revolutions. China collapsed into one of the deadliest conflicts in human history. India burned. Russia faced invasion. America tore itself apart. South America drowned in genocide. This was not random. This was not coincidence. This was density. And density always points to design. One decade, one fire. Within less than 20 years, Europe destabilized itself from within. China lost tens of millions of lives. Global fleets converged on single locations. Entire cities vanished from maps. Populations were erased, not defeated. No empire fights like this for ideology alone. Empires fight this way only when something must be removed forever. China, the unexplained scale. The event called the Taiping Rebellion is described as a peasant uprising. Yet the destruction left behind resembles something far more severe. Entire stone cities reduced to dust. Walls melted. Brick fused into glass-like masses. This is not the footprint of farm tools and muskets. To erase tens of millions of people, you need logistics, industry, and technology far beyond what rebels could possess. The ruins suggest China was not crushed by chaos, but dismantled with precision. America, cities that should not look this way. Photographs from the American Civil War show cities flattened down to their foundations. Not damaged, not breached, but erased. Mid-19th century artillery could break walls, not liquefy stone, or level entire urban grids. Yet southern cities look eerily similar to cities bombed from the air in the 20th century. History says this was a civil dispute. The ruins suggest territorial clearing. The targets they could not ignore. Some structures were attacked with obsessive focus. Sevastopol. Star forts across Europe. Massive bastions in the Americas. These were not ordinary fortifications. They were carved into bedrock, connected by underground systems, engineered on a scale impossible under siege. These sites were not captured. They were destroyed, as if their function was too dangerous to leave intact. Stone that melted. Across the world, investigators find something unsettling. Vitrification. Granite flowed. Brick fused. Walls turned into glass. Black powder cannot do this. Sustained temperatures above 1,200 degrees Celsius are required. This implies weapons based on thermal or energy principles, unknown to official 19th century science. Or classified. The great fires that were not fires. Chicago, Boston, Moscow, Seattle. Entire masonry cities burned in hours. Steel melted. Stone disintegrated. Residents had no time to flee. This is not how urban fires behave. This is how cities look after extreme energy exposure. The past did not simply burn. It was erased. Where did the people come from? After unimaginable loss, population numbers did something impossible. They exploded. Biology cannot explain this. But history reveals something strange. Massive orphan systems. Orphan trains. Children without origins. Standardized names. Disciplined re-education. A new population. Placed into emptied cities. A generation without memory. World fairs, exhibition or appropriation? The late 19th century hosted grand world fairs. Cities of marble. Palaces. Canals. Impossible architecture. We're told they were temporary. Yet no construction phases exist. Only finished perfection. Then, they were demolished. Evidence removed. After public exposure. What if these fairs were not achievements, but displays of inherited ruins? Memory deletion. Libraries burned. Archives vanished. Education was standardized. The goal was not knowledge. The goal was obedience. Creativity replaced with memorization. Curiosity replaced with compliance. History rewritten by those who survived the purge. The 19th century was not progress. It was a reset. We live among fragments of a lost world, using degraded tools, inside cities we could never rebuild today. History is not what happened. It is what remained. After everything else was destroyed. And the greatest secret of all? You are not descended from conquerors. You are descended from survivors, who were never told what they survived. Truth does not disappear. It waits. In stone. In ruins. In questions that refuse to die. History is not finished. It is buried. And sometimes, it whispers back.